This biographical war drama saw limited release in October of 1993, where it managed to earn back only $10 of its $25 million budget. Originally conceived as a 6-part miniseries for television, this sprawling epic was foolishly left unedited and released as a feature film, becoming officially the longest American movie ever made. At over 4.5 hours long, this watered-down, PG-rated experience is quite nearly a real-time depiction of the Civil War's deadliest battle from which it borrows its namesake. Director Ronald F. Maxwell's unfocused story feels more like a low-rent dramatization from a historically accurate Discovery Channel documentary than a true Hollywood movie. There are no protagonists or an actual plot, but Tom Berenger, Jeff Daniels, Martin Sheen, Stephen Lang, Sam Elliott, and a host of other character actors and a dozen battalions of amateur war reenactors float in and out of the script as history's events allow. They all do a fantastic job supporting ridiculous facial hair and recreating the unimaginable emotions of such a turbulent time in America's history. Daniels especially puts forth a remarkably inspiring and emotional performance, breaking down in front of his brigade when professing the importance of fighting not for freedom or slavery, but for each other. As a last-minute replacement for the Confederate General Robert E. Lee, Sheen remarks on the requirements of war: to be a good soldier, you must love the army. To be a good commander, you must be able to order the death of the thing you love. Based on the novel The Killer Angels by Michael Shaura, the movie meticulously recreates the strategy, intrigue, and heartbreak surrounding those 3 July afternoons in a Pennsylvania field. And it should be required viewing for all school children and Civil War buffs.
Seems to me that we're the back door. Everything's going on at the front door.
Well, gentlemen, that hill is steep. It's rocky. It's bare. To come straight up it is impossible. No, the Reb army is going to swing around. It's gonna come up through that notch, right over there. It'll move under the cover of trees, try to get round the flank. And gentlemen, we are the flank. Gentlemen, God go with you.
The wide and patient visual style allows for ample time to appreciate the scenery, understand the cluttered battles, and the grand landscapes filled with thousands of dueling soldiers. Randy Edelman's patriotic and moving score thankfully lends a great deal of legitimacy and mood to the film, but is hardly enough to keep things interesting. The climax of the movie, faithfully depicting the famous Pickett's Charge, contains, and I kid you not, 8 full minutes of soldiers marching to music. No fighting, no gunfire, no dialogue, just a few thousand people walking across a field to their certain death. It's sequences like this and a dozen other entirely extraneous scenes that make this film's laborious pace entirely inexcusable. At a more traditional length, with a tighter edit, this would be a compelling, engaging, well-acted, and moving story of the Battle of Gettysburg. But at 271 minutes, it's excruciatingly insufferable to actually sit through. I set out to watch this film last July 1st on the 150th anniversary of the battle, but because I kept falling asleep watching the movie, in the middle of the day no less, I didn't finish the film for 2 more days, meaning my viewing experience literally lasted as long as the 3-day battle itself. It's unlikely I'll ever watch this again, or its equally lengthy prequel Gods and Generals, but on a single viewing, there are some important and redeeming qualities here. Gettysburg. Incredible dramatization, but painfully long. Now let's see what you had to say about this war epic in the YouTube comments. The Rate-O-Matic for Gettysburg, a 6 and a 4. You applauded the realistic battle scenes, acting, and visuals, but bemoaned its length, scoring this a good. I appreciated those elements as well, but thanks to long, boring stretches and poor pacing, I just wasn't able to truly enjoy this film. I thought it was meh.